What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Just Parenthings. We still have the same people lah. Today we're going to talk about filial piety. Piety.
What's that?
Kuih piety lah, that one.
孝顺。
First question I have. Growing up, were you guys taught what filial piety is? What can I pronounce that word?
Take care of parents when they're old. Okay, I jump straight into it, Ken.
Yeah.
Like, I just drove past a nursing home. What do you think of people who put their parents at nursing homes or old folks' homes?
I cannot accept.
I think sometimes there is a need for it because of, let's say, sickness and all. You need somebody to take care of their needs. Yeah, like nurse. Because those places also have like nurses and stuff, right?
That is if you have empathy to understand lah. But the first judgment will be like, bastard here.
They're like me, or that's why I say I cannot.
I wouldn't think
got two different views.
I wouldn't think it's busted. I think it's just like, if you have to, then you have to lah. Okay, but very different, right? Because my upbringing very different.
Yeah.
I think this one is heavily dependent on upbringing. Okay, now what I understand is I spoke to a hospice before, and depending on your parents' situation, right, sending your parents there is no joke, bro. It's damn expensive.
Yeah.
Can go up to 20k a month.
Really? In Singapore?
Really? Yes. Yeah. Depending on your condition. If you're just a normal, you're a healthy old person, of course it goes lower lah. But if let's say you're sick and then you
more attention lah.
Yeah, it goes up to $20,000 a month, and that's why a lot of young Singaporeans are caretakers for their parents because they can't afford it lah. But if let's say if I can afford a nursing home and I still send my parents to a nursing home instead of putting my parents in the house and hiring a helper, that one I will question. I'll be like, your parents.
Which one is better?
Of course, the second one lah.
The home, right?
Yeah, home. Then I can watch my parents. But this is also again heavily dependent on
the situation.
Your upbringing also. There's a lot of people who are not close to their parents. You know? So if let's say my father is 80, let's say lah, I need to put my father in my house, I'll be very uncomfortable. Like, there's someone watching me. You know? And like, then again, your wife must be okay with it if you're married. Your kids must be okay with it if they are married. There's so many situations to handle, right? So that's why if people send, I won't judge. I'll be like, he probably thought about it lah. He or she probably thought about it lah. And that would be the best situation.
But what I cannot accept is those who just abandon their parents and it has no point that the government healthcare system has to take them to a nursing home. That one I cannot accept. Yeah, that one I really cannot accept.
But okay, what if
Yeah, but I always feel like kids don't abandon their parents just like that. I
think
like
parents make their kids abandon them.
sometimes there may be reasons. Like they weren't good people. Like the parents weren't good people.
There are layers to this lah. Okay, what if okay, it starts from now, right? We are now parents, right? Based on your topic, right? That the sickness that you have later on is self-inflicted, that your parents that your children have to take care of you.
Or like if you're a deadbeat mother or deadbeat father, then...
No, not deadbeat, like health-wise, because old people are known to be more sick, right? But it's self-inflicted because of the lifestyle that you lived.
Like let's say drug abuse.
No, like diabetes or high cholesterol or heart failure because you're obese or whatnot lah, you know? And then later on in life, when you're like 60, 70 years old, you can't walk. You can't do daily shit like going to the toilet like what we said just now. Then you need someone to take care of you because of the lifestyle that you lived.
Yeah. I think as parents, if you cannot afford to take care of yourself, that's on you, right? Not on your kids, right? You get what I mean? Now if...
Self-inflicted, huh?
Yeah. Now we are at this age, we are broke. Whose fault? Our fault, right? So then why didn't we carry this until we were 80? Why suddenly our kids' fault? It's not. It's unfair. What? I think lah. I always say this and I always gonna backlash on where our parents are not our responsibility. It's really not. We are our parents' responsibility for a long time. Yes, because our parents chose to have us. Right? Similarly to how you guys take care of all your children now. You guys feel the responsibility. We chose this. Right? But for us, as Gen Z as it sounds, we didn't choose to be in this world. Right? Our parents had to take care of us. But did we have to take care of our parents? Hard to argue. If let's say your upbringing is so wrong or you felt like you were wronged by your parents and then you were forced to take care, now you're forced to take care of your parents. I understand if people say, no, I don't want. Like you are so irresponsible. Like you knew how to make money when you were young. How come when you old suddenly you don't know how to make money? Or you don't know how to save money? Maybe you're again, you might be sick or whatever. But where's your insurance? This and that, you know?
Okay, their generation is very different from ours. Like
Yes,
we are more
I agree also.
educated, we know, we are more financially literate, but the older generation, a lot of them are not like that.
I agree also. That one I can see it. But then again, that's why I say heavily dependent.
On the upbringing.
Yes. If let's say now I have kids and I treat my kids like shit, I'm not a good father. I grow up, my kids don't take care of me. I'll be like, okay lah, I deserve it lah. I really deserve it. Similarly to, I have a wife, I treat my wife like shit, my wife leave me, I deserve it.
Let's say your upbringing is good, you take care of your children, grow up successful and whatnot, and then they have your mindset.
Cannot lah. Maybe
you're not their responsibility, what?
Yeah, but I feel like at least have some. Okay, wait. Then the theory don't stand any because then we are close. Similarly to how I think I will take care of my brothers because we are close. It's like.
But you said what? But it's not your responsibility as a child to take care of your parents.
Yeah. If they demand it, I think no. But if I want to do it, I will do it.
Out of your own willingness.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think a lot of Malay children go up with their parents demanding. Like you have to do this.
I think it's just Asian culture lah.
Yeah.
There is the expectation of, okay, next time when I grow old, you're going to take care of me, you're going to provide for me, you're going to house me and everything.
But that's also given the fact that you have a good upbringing.
No, it all comes down to upbringing.
Yeah, the upbringing. Like that's why I cannot relate to what you're saying as much as you're saying. Because for me, like I feel like it's automatic. What you know, but that's also because I was raised the way I'm raised. But I also think about it, if you are a deadbeat mother or a deadbeat father and you don't even sacrifice, because being a parent, I feel it's all about sacrificing, right? And if you don't sacrifice and all you do is you're so self-centered, then you probably deserve to be in a That's why I'm trying to understand where he comes from.
No, I think we're all in the best position to understand this now because we are right smack in the middle where we have kids and we have parents, right? And whatever we do every day, I think I really look back at how I treat my parents will be how my kid will treat me. Right? And it's vice versa. Of course, I don't choose to be in this world, but I'm just...
Dude, it is. It does exist. Oh my goodness. It does. Because, like, there's someone I know, right, who, the way this person treats their parents, it repeats. So how the mother treats the father, how the father treats the mother is how this person is treating the partner.
No, of course. When I say choose in this world, of course, it gets passed down, right?
Yeah.
But based on what you were saying about, my parents didn't choose me, or I didn't choose to appear in this world, but it's what we have been brought up. That's why now, and based on what I've seen over the years. So when we all were talking, I just reflect back on my life and looking at all the things. I've got, an auntie who was living in hospice, but the problem she's there, although she has no family, nothing, the only person that she has is my father. So of course she's my auntie lah. She's living there because she's mentally ill. She stayed in our place for the past 20 years when she was still sick. She has mental illness, but it just cannot work out. We try our best because every time she will relapse. And when a relapse happened, she will just go crazy. Literally crazy, bang her head on the wall. She will smash things in the house like a crazy person. So it has an effect on my dad. And then of course they'll start to argue and fight, and then she will end up Woodbridge again. So a lot up and down. So I've seen where now she's in hospice that we only go and visit her because she cannot come out anymore. Right? If you look at that as well, of course that is like his sister, but in just the fact that why do we put this person there? Back to what you were saying, because of the situation. Then I look back at my mom's side, my grandmother, she has gangrene on her legs. So literally, it's so bad that it eats up all the way from her toes, all the way that half her limbs gone. And nothing can be done. But they just want to leave her there. And of course, all the siblings come in together and then they watch her. And like exactly what I said, they get a helper, your hospital bed, she's in her house, 24/7, the helper is there to assist her. Same thing with her. And then after my granddad, same thing. They didn't even throw them into the hospice and everything. So it's because I see all these kind of things now come to my parents. How would I want to take care of them? Even if, let's say we bring up your topic of, self-inflicted, my father have diabetes now, cannot walk or whatever. Am I going to be like, your fault lah, ask you to exercise, you don't want? Or am I going to like, no matter what, he's still my father after all. I want to go and do it. So a lot of things, when I look at it now, it really reflects back as, okay, now whatever I say to my father, I know he's going to eat me back because now I got a daughter. And she's going to see all this shit.
Agree.
Do or don't do, he's going to come back. And now, if let's say now I'm in this situation, as fit as whatever it is now, one day, okay, cannot, like one leg gone. If my daughter going to say, you don't ride the bike, why you going to ride the bike? Or will I be like, hey, I want you there with me. If anything, you must be there right now because I need you.
Yeah.
Or you're going to go at 21 years old, I'm married. No, like that, ask you don't ride so many times. So if you ride.
Yeah, no, as much as I say all this, right, I also believe no one should die alone lah. I think die alone damn sad lah. I mean, there was this trauma cleaner that I spoke to, right? So he cleans up after dead bodies in the house, and he said,
I heard
these people die alone, and it's like 2 weeks later, then the body was found.
Yeah.
Now I'll be like, okay, where are the kids? How come your father die also? You don't know, you know? But I think what you are feeling, right, is because you really take care of your daughter. You know? And of course, now your daughter is young, but in let's say in the teenage years where they really remember everything and something happens and you fail to provide for your daughter and everything, and your daughter feels like, my dad is useless, I don't want to be around my dad. And your daughter suddenly decides like, you know what? You weren't there.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're on your own now. Will you really blame your daughter? Or will you as a man go like, you know, I deserve this lah?
If we are doing wrong, straight away, if I know that I'm the one that doing wrong, of course I say, shit lah, I deserve this shit lah.
Yeah.
Some people don't think that way, bro. They still think they are correct lah.
Yeah, no, they still think they're correct and they say, no, now you better take care of me. But when we were growing up, I know my mom never said this every day, hey, next time we grow old, I must see you every day. But I'm learning a lot of new stuff as we speak.
Yeah.
And I'm sure all of you too. All of a sudden, I think we spoke before again.
Yeah.
My mom needs to see me once a week. I'm like, Was this something that I missed out when I was growing up? Or before I got married? Or before I had a child? My mom didn't tell me, hey, I'm going to see you once a week. But now it's becoming, yep, I'm going to see you once a week every Friday.
But now we talk about like, now we have children, right? And then if we were to go down that route of, my upbringing wasn't right, my dad was a deadbeat father, so let him be lah, don't care lah. What is my daughter going to think of me?
That's a good one.
You know? And also at the same time, as we are growing, we are pushing 40s, right? Except you.
Dah lepas.
Dah, already 40, pushing 50 already, right? But I feel like we are still... we are still...
long way from that lah, but just cross 40 lah.
Learning how to be humans, right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like two wrong doesn't make one right. Like, this is to practice empathy lah. Like, even though my father was a deadbeat father or whatsoever, like, I'm still his son. Blood is thicker than water. Like, what would my daughter think of me if I just abandoned him?
Yeah.
Like, and as a Muslim myself, like, okay, whatever my dad did to me, how does that define me as a person that I just let him go? And these are my points for the afterlife.
Yeah.
No, too deep already, this one.
No.
I love that topic.
I feel I'm on both sides.
No,
I will get it if someone don't take care. I will get it if someone takes care. And I think like at the end of the day, be human, right? Like I said, I think nobody should die alone. And if let's say you know someone, and especially if he is your dad, doesn't matter if he take care of you or not, right? But okay, this guy is related to me. This guy is dying. Nobody wants to take responsibility. And if let's say I've worked hard enough in my life but I can afford, just give lah. That's the least, right? You can do. You don't want to be physically there.
Yeah.
Like, you are there in spirits, but I pay for your healthcare.
Yeah. Something better than nothing lah.
Yeah, just know that this came out of my heart because even though you weren't there for me, I gave you.
I think there are some exceptions, like sexual abuse cases.
Oh yeah, agree. I agree.
Yeah. Then if a person cuts their parents off entirely because of that reason,
then you can't blame them.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
What if it's your parents are jail, in and out of jail?
Prisoner lah.
But that one is they are wrong towards the law, not to the children.
But like they weren't there lah.
The splash effect is on them lah, I understand. But directly is towards the law. Irresponsible decision making at that point of time. But if they are still like that, still relapsing, doing shit, taking drugs or whatsoever at that age, then okay lah.
Robbing the bank to feed the family, but then get caught and go in.
Wow, money heist ah.
Yeah.
Things like this. I mean, there's so many stories, right?
This one, Breaking Bad.
There's a lot of superhero stories like that, right?
Yeah.
When I see it, right, I feel like I understand lah. I really understand, especially if, and it's always the person is a man. The man is robbing the bank to save the daughter. right? To feed the daughter.
In Singapore context, okay, like we don't save up the bank, but
No,
doing
I'm just
whatever
thinking
just
about
to
what
earn
you
the
said
money
just
for the family.
now.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think if it's like, okay, I mean, now that I'm mom, I think about it. I really think about it, and I think it's quite a deep topic because I don't think until death, but I think about what if deadbeat parents come back because they feel like after a certain amount of time, deadbeat parent comes back to you. How do you react to it as a child and as the mother of a child? Think about it a lot. I'm kind of in that situation. So I was kind of in that situation.
Yeah.
So I think about it lah. And it's not about, I think about empathy or afterlife. I feel that as a parent, if you choose to be a deadbeat parent, and if you, not deadbeat, but if you choose to prioritize let's not call it deadbeat. I think deadbeat is a very rough and very sad word. Like, if you choose to be a parent that makes decisions that benefit yourself instead of benefiting your own child and your child's future in any way, whether it is a financial way or a mental way or a perspective way, then I feel your child shouldn't take care of you. Realistically, because as a parent, it's all about sacrifice. It's like the same thing. Okay, I always say this, okay, and I always say it to my friends. To put it as simple as possible, I'm a mom right now, and I'm a single mom. Okay? I can choose to be a sugar baby, what? And then go and date some married man and take a lot of money from the married man, but I can use that money to take care of my child. Right? And a lot of people will think, that's an easy route. Why do I do? I can spend time with my child. Correct? And that choice is that, I can be a mom that makes decisions to be somebody's mistress or go and find some sugar daddy to take care of me. But why would I do that? I don't want my daughter to grow up, right, knowing that money came from something that was not ethical, because that would be so horrible on her.
But if you flip it around, if let's say now you're a parent and you're dying, and then your child is doing that just so that she can save you.
No, then I will talk to her properly. Don't
Let me die. It's okay. I die.
I was about to say that. Let me die. I would rather die than see you do that.
Exactly. So what makes you think that the role isn't reversed? Just because a child is not grown enough to make that kind of decision, no parent would want their child to do this kind of thing. And I feel as parents and as a daughter and as a parent, I am responsible for my own actions and my decisions. So when I choose to become a parent, when I choose to be an active mom, a mom who takes care of my child, every decision I do, I always say, I have hands, I have legs, I can work, I will go and work. How much time I need to put into work, I will go and find a way to work, find a way to make it work, right? Because then, in a way, my daughter will grow up, right? I mean, I will not demand her. I'm not going to say, I expect this from you, I expect that from you. I will just grow up and I will show by action. I just want you to live a happy, normal, fulfilling life where you don't have to blame yourself for the consequences of your parents. I feel that is the worst thing, to grow up blaming yourself for the consequences of your parents' actions. When a child grows up with that, I feel that they become very... I don't know, because I've never grown up with that, but I'm surrounded by, I have quite a lot of friends who grow up day to day now, working 9 to 5 jobs or working their dream jobs even, like having to live with the responsibility of bearing the consequences of how they grew up. And they always blame themselves, like, I'm like that because of my parents. And I feel like as a child to grow up with that is something a parent chooses to inflict upon their children. No child comes from a state of mind where, there are exceptional cases, but no child comes from a state of mind where they feel like, I'm like that because of my parents, because my mom never buy me the lollipop. Don't make sense, right? It must be some very big event that makes a child think that way. So if let's just say my mother or my father was not somebody who, made conscious decisions for my upbringing. And when I grew up, I just remember the person, maybe not a very nice upbringing when I think about this parent or my parents in a sense. When I grow old, I won't feel the need to even think about that. It's just, what's the point? Like, just let them be lah. That is a decision that you made. You live, you pay the price for it.
I have a question. If we as children of our parents, right, we want them to accept as who we are, who we want to be, what career path we chose.
Yes.
Should it also be a two-way traffic, as we should also accept the kind of parent that they were, the parents that they were to us?
I think
you get it, no?
No, I get it. And this comes out a lot in therapy, honestly. So when you go for therapy and you tell the therapist your problem,
you go therapy one.
Yes. And then
proud of you. Thank you, dude.
They'll dig up everything.
Most of your problems comes from your childhood, right? If I'm not wrong, it's from 1 to 7 and then 7 to, I don't know. That's where most of your traumas come from. And a lot of therapists always say you need to find it in your heart to forgive your your parents is always that.
Yeah.
Where they were trying to do their best and they just fail lah. So I think you are right. I think while we all see here, or while I see here and say I will not take care of my parents, it's not our responsibility. I think at the end of the day I will, but I won't do it for them.
For yourself.
I'll do it for myself. Because then you're right. What kind of human does that make me? Where I know someone is in need and I don't help and I can help.
Yeah.
But I also think it's heavily dependent on where your kids are. Right? If let's say your kids are married and have kids and have wife, I think I'll taper down a bit.
Yeah.
I will not ask for help that much. Even if I'm sick, I also won't. I will just keep quiet lah. Because he has his own family to take care of, or the wife has the own family to take care of. Like, my time is coming up lah. Can we lighten up the mood a little bit? That was a little bit too deep, okay? When we were younger, what sorts of guilt-tripping methods did our parents use on us?
None. So y'all can go ahead.
I got a lot of like
examples,
childhood traumas. I'm so conflicted with this topic because my parents are like, they're good parents. They're always like there for me. They sacrifice a lot. But on hindsight, it's very extreme also.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think I will always have that guilt, no matter where I am in life, of always wanting to give back to my parents, no matter their decisions in life, right? Yeah.
Let me tell you a very damn sad story.
You need to call a therapist.
No. This is not even guilt tripping. This is like in front of me, right? I felt guilty. Okay. So, and my mom used it against me lah. Okay. So my family was damn broke and I didn't know how broke we were. And Star Wars episode 2 just came out. And then the DVD just came out. So I really wanted the DVD. The DVD was $17 at that point of time. Damn cheap, by the way. So I kept telling my mom, I want. And my mom gave now that I'm older, I remember lah. Gave her macam like a, should I buy, should I not buy? So my mom bought it for me. Went home. My dad was like, hey, where's the $10 for my EZ-Link? My mom was like, oh, Fadil wanted the DVD, so I bought him the DVD. My dad had to walk to work lah.
Bastard, Shay.
So my dad, damn angry, took the chair, threw the chair around the house, kick everything around the house. I'm like, oh my God, what's wrong? And then my mom was like, I gave you the last $20 that I had to go and buy the DVD. And now your father angry how? Like, you better appreciate the DVD and next time you make money, you better pay me back. I was like, God damn.
So because of you, your father had to walk
to work. Yeah.
How far was the walk?
How I know? I don't know lah. That time I don't know how to count kilometer ma.
Well, then I wake up straight, so you like, oh damn.
Yeah, I really wake up straight like, oh my God. I watched the DVD finish already by the time my father come back. Because 2 hours.
Yeah. You enjoy watching your Star Wars?
Yeah, because I just rented, right?
Yeah,
but my mom didn't give me that option to rent ma. How I know? I was young. So I just bought.
Yeah, I feel like as kids, right? Sometimes and as parents, we shelter or we are sheltered a lot from what our parents are going through. A lot of things we don't know. Yeah.
But now we now know.
Yeah. I agree. Like my parents used to say like, we pay your bills, we pay your you have enough clothes. But back then, me being the rebel that I was, as you should lah. Who asked you become parents? What is your duty? What? But now
I still agree with that. Yeah.
But now as parents, like I wish my daughter is only 8 months old. But when she grows up, I wish she knew that these are the sacrifices that I made, which my parents used to make. And I want her to see that as well. But sometimes I ask myself, is it until I have to wait until my daughter becomes a mom, then she will understand? Or from young as daughters before married would actually understand?
I think she will understand.
I think there are some
But
things.
then if they understand, then you tell them means you're guilt tripping them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would I tell them that?
let me tell you guys a situation that I experienced, okay? Because my parents are divorced, right? And my mom lives in a rental flat. Because the house belongs to my dad. Okay? The only way for her to buy a house is she needs someone else's name, right? And she kept pressuring me to use my name for a house. And I said, no lah. I said, next time I want to buy a house, how? Some of my friends thought I'm f***ed up. But to me, no. That's unfair to my future wife. No. So if let's say you're put in a situation and you say no, are you a f***ed up child? Or are you just... Or is that a good decision to make?
Actually, I'm the opposite. Same situation what I told you what. I put my name to help my parents.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't the end. It wasn't like, oh, okay, I'm never going to own my own property. My wife is going to live with my parents or whatnot. But eventually, we received good news, and it's now going the way that we planned.
But you had some troubles, right, before?
Yeah, we had troubles lah, but the troubles it was quite like, like the typical Singaporean life, get married, BTO, blah, 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 find a house, blah, blah. But yeah, that second step after married, like we weren't thinking of owning a property because there wasn't any choice for that. But at the same time, I feel relieved that I actually contributed to help my parents' financial situation at that point of time. And now that they can sell the house, take out my name, I can buy my own property, and now they can retire with a lump sum of cash. I feel like I did a lot
of it.
So you put a name in and you took a name out, that's why you also can purchase your own place.
Yeah.
So then the question is, what is out of bounds?
Maybe you need to do that so that you can let go of a certain part of resentment that you have.
No way I'm gonna allow them to take my CPF lah.
That's what my brother did as well.
Is it?
Yeah, to help my parents. I mean, because I got married, I got kids so young and all, right? Yeah, so he had to sacrifice and use his CPF to help pay for my parents' house.
Yeah, same.
And I was so conflicted lah, honestly lah. It's like,
So do you do it or not?
I didn't.
Okay.
I feel like if I did, even more I don't want to get married lah. You know what I mean?
But what
Like,
makes you think your future wife won't understand?
I don't know.
True. Good question.
No. If they don't understand, I will understand. I will understand if you don't understand.
But wouldn't you want a filial future wife too? A woman who puts family
No,
first?
I feel, yes, I'll be like, okay, that's very sweet of you, right? But now it becomes my problem. You get what I mean? If let's say now I date a girl and then she's in that situation and then you want to buy a house, we can't because your house is under. And then we have to wait 5 years. I don't know how many years until that house is paid off and then you can take out your name. That affects our marriage. And that's unfair to me because your parents make wrong decisions that I now have to accept.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? And yes, some people will say, but that's what a marriage is, but it's so unfair. And why would I want to put this problem on my wife?
I agree. I mean, to a certain extent, I agree because Dio's way of thinking, whatever decisions he makes in life, he ensures that the people around him don't suffer.
See?
That's why we're the sandwich generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think unfair lah.
I have one last one. I was in primary school, bursary or what? You get like what, 200, 300?
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah. My mom spent it, bro.
No, wait.
And then I asked, where's the money? See, I wanted to buy like Beyblade or what, I can't remember.
Tamiya.
Tamiya or Beyblade, I think it was Beyblade. He said, oh, we use the money to pay for the house bill.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
You contributed to the house. It's you get like, in Malay we call it good deeds in Islam.
Pahala.
Then like, I don't give a shit about good deeds. I want my Beyblade.
Yeah.
I felt so sad. Like, wow, bro, $300, I felt like a millionaire, bro, at that point in time. Yeah.
No, I also had the same
trip, bro.
Yeah,
I also had the same
same.
My dad took it and go and buy for 5 books lah.
Okay, I really cannot relate to you all.
All your ang pao money. Last time,
ang pao money.
Where is it now?
Yeah.
The other very relevant topic is insurance. So a lot of people our age are buying insurance for their parents and it's getting very expensive because they are old already, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys think that you should buy it?
Yes.
I think insurance is important. Thankfully, my mom has her own insurance.
Yeah. I think parents who don't have insurance also are question like,
They are not educated at that point of time.
Yeah.
And okay, I did ask my dad, like, why do you not have insurance? And he said, at that point of time, they were so cash strapped, they let the policy lapse. They couldn't pay for it. Yeah.
But then they depend on MediSave.
Yeah.
actually fair lah.
Yeah, my parents heavily depend on MediSave.
Yeah. No, I think our generation is really quite chalak lah.
Sandwich generation.
Yeah. I mean, because our parents lived when Singapore just gained independence. So many things were not in place yet. CPF was not in place yet. Even the army was not in place properly yet. And now they are suffering lah.
I think my upbringing very different from you guys. I really cannot really
100%
relate
we can tell.
to what you are saying. Because okay, I grew up in Malaysia. And my whole life I grew up in Malaysia, and the culture there is very different. At least maybe it sounds out of touch when I say it, but at least what I grew up with is very different. Like, I'm really brought up to not to take care of my parents, but I'm at the age right now, and I think I'm like I'm quarter life crisis, but I'm at the I'm 25. I'm at the point of my life where I feel like now I just want to give back to my parents. And I wouldn't really, I don't know, I wouldn't, like if my dad used the money to buy pay for his EZ-Link, I would be happy. Like just go. And if my dad needed my name to buy a house, I would like, sure, it's mine anyway. Actually, dude, it doesn't make sense.
That's why my question is, what is out of bounds? So if you are saying I should have gave my name for the CPF.
I'm not saying you should have. I said that.
But that's not out of bounds to you lah.
It is not. I'm honest, it is not. For me, I feel like, because for me, I would do it in a heartbeat. Yeah, I would do it in a
And
heartbeat.
then it comes down again to every family is different.
Yeah, upbringing.
Yeah.
It's really
Always,
different.
yep. So is
and it's
that.
your relationship with your parents also.
And also, I think, like, because financially you have always been provided for, everything has been given to you. You never had the feeling of getting things taken from you again and again and again, and not being able to have what you want.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
And I have to say, thank you. And I understand. But that doesn't mean I don't empathize. That's why, to me, I asked you about this situation. Like, maybe there's a chance your future wife wouldn't mind. Because God will bless you with a woman
Like I said,
that will put family first.
I mean, if she doesn't mind, okay lah, good lah. But I think everybody will mind lah. A bit lah.
No lah, if you ask the question, given a choice, you will always say, no lah, you will always go for the smooth sailing choice lah.
Yeah.
Understandable. I understand.
Okay, so what is out of bounds for you, Terence?
Well, I do not know,
He's
man.
there processing.
Yeah, I mean, when you are talking, I'm just thinking, because again, the sandwich generation where maybe I'm also lucky that I don't have to do a lot of things for my parents for now. Right, they still have their own place. My mom's smart enough to get insurance done, because I mean they're reaping the benefits now. I'm getting insurance for my family, right, for my wife, for my kid. So I can't really, and of course I've got 2 brothers as well. So if there is anything, it's always divided by 3. So I'm in a very safe space. Thank God, thanks to the family as well, that I don't have to worry and stress about them. And again, everyone is different, right? How they need to take care of their parents. So right now I'm at a space where, okay, at least everything is still stable. They've got their own insurance covered. But of course, what dreams do I have? I want to retire dad's retired. I want to retire my mom. It's time for them time for her to like see the world, enjoy. That's it. Downgrade whatever you need to downgrade. Take the money, go enjoy yourself. Right, but yeah, right now I'm in a safe space. So
Okay, I recently had an incident where I felt a bit like, why would you ask that from me? So I have a family, right? At that point of time, last year, I was pregnant, expecting a 4th child. And I know I'm doing better in life, but I'm not like wealthy, right? My mom looked at me and said, can you give me 5 figures to renovate my house?
Oh.
And I'm expecting a 4th child, and so to me it's like, why would you ask that of me?
Because you take your brother's CPF already.
No, but this one I'm with you though. This part I'm with you.
Yeah, so
Like, I get why you're asking.
No, that one is a bit tone deaf.
Yeah, and I felt like I know I do well for myself, and I try to give back. You know, if I can, right? If I can, I would gladly pay for your renovation. It wouldn't even be a loan, right? That is something that I would want to do for you guys. But I'm not at that stage yet. Yeah, and then to be asked of that, it was a bit like...
Yeah,
I think the word is expectation out of situation lah.
Yeah, I think it becomes. I think I understand where you're coming from, because I feel like my parents demand money from me. I also feel the same way. I think it's a demanding.
Yeah,
that it's a bit weird, right?
I agree.
Some parents demand X amount every month because you are working now.
I share with you a funny story. So last 10 days of Ramadan, right, there's this like the special night lah, we call it. So during these last 10 days, if you give, the good days that you get is like very abundant lah.
Yeah.
So my friend taught me, he said, okay, tonight, these last 10 days, you just donate to whoever. Just pay now to your wife, pay now to your mom or whatever. So I pay now my mom just $10 lah. Just for the act of it, no. Then she replied me, $10 only. My mom was sometimes really, choke blood, as they say.
Yeah, okay, like that's why I say, like, I think what's out of bounds for me also, if let's say, need to borrow money because you're in debt for gambling.
Oh, that one is a big
No, that one, you cannot, better your house cannot sprain. Not my goddamn problem. Like, if you need money to feed some sort of addiction, then is no. or like fill up a hole where...
Okay, what if it's based on lack of financial literacy?
But you know how to gamble.
No lah, not gamble lah. Gamble out of the picture. Like your financial planning is just rabak. Like you don't know how to save money, then I don't know lah. Then because of that you are in debt. Then you put yourself in that situation. Should the children help or not?
Paying off a legit debt lah. It's not like old people.
No. Because I've been through that, bro.
Pay off, but then after that, make sure go down into the finance and do things properly for them lah. I will probably do that lah.
Because my dad wasn't a very well-to-do guy, and then so basically it just starts from a small hole, and then borrow from this one, cover this one. Then the hole gets bigger from the interest. You know, it's a chain effect lah. So because of that, my house cannot throw pain. So I cannot just say, oh, your problem lah, who asked you? But because this one also my house.
Oh, your house that you put your name on?
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
boy.
living.
Yeah. So I don't know lah, like based on what you said, this is not my problem. I don't see that way lah if I can help. But of course, it shouldn't be repeated like what you said. Of course, I'm gonna get into it and say, okay, how do we make sure that this does not happen again?
I think you have to see the situation, if there is an end to it or not. If this is a habit that's going to keep repeating, then no, I will not help you until you help yourself first.
Agree.
Yeah.
And will you abandon them at that point of time?
I won't abandon lah, but I won't just freely give you money. I will, if you ask me for money, I will need to know, okay, where is this money going? Have you settled whatever that is supposed to be settled already, or is it still ongoing?
Yeah, I think if kids abandon their parents for a while to teach them a lesson, I think that's fair.
Sometimes distance is peace.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree so much.
There's a lot of kids who got closer to their parents because they move out.
Agree.
Oh,
You know?
yes.
Yeah, agree.
For sure.
Yeah, and
yes.
sometimes distance happen. It has to happen lah. And sometimes lessons has to happen lah.
Yeah.
But not for me lah. I move out 4 years. It is.
Has anything changed?
Sure, there's something.
I don't have the responsibility to see them. Like, if you get what I mean, because I don't have kids. My both brothers have kids already. So the responsibility is bigger on them because they have grandparents. The kids have grandparents and they need to see the grandparents.
Actually, it's true. Like, my brother is the same. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, I don't need to see y'all.
You don't have kids.
Yeah.
The attention is no longer on you anymore.
Yeah. And my mom takes care of the kids. So then now my brother...
But as a son, it's not about grandchildren or as a son, you still need to visit what?
Okay, so now when I see my dad doing Hari Raya, I mean, this year Hari Raya was very different. He was way softer as a man. And I think because he went to Umrah, like he went for a pilgrimage. He was way softer. He asked me very legit questions. And I was like, wow, finally you're asking me about my life. Because he asked me, he watched Weekly Din Show. And he said, have you learned anything from the Ustads? He said, I really hope you learned something. And I said, yeah, I actually learned a lot. He said, that's good and I hope you follow through lah. And he asked me to introduce him to some of the Ustads. I'm like, this is not him. You are very different. Yeah, so then I'm like, okay lah. Maybe he woke up a little bit and I think he realized that this distance happened because of him. Like he did a lot of mistakes. This distance happened and now he's just like, okay, I'm gonna settle with this distance and just let it go lah. There's like, if something good happens out of it, then good.
Is that an assumption or you think he said that? Or did he say that himself?
Assumption. Yeah. I mean, because if he wants my attention, he will just text me.
Oh.
Yeah. But he doesn't like. I think he like, okay, let's allow these kids to grow up. He has a son that he has to take care of his own, a half brother. So that one, I just give him like money lah. To me, that is I still respect you. I give your son. I'm not going to give you. I give your son lah. Yeah. So then I know you're going to take it from your son. So yeah. But that's all lah, guys. Got anything left to say not?
You got the flow.
No, don't have. I mean, we went again, guys. We went a bit too deep. But I want to know.
Such a heavy topic.
Yeah.
Reflective this one.
Yeah.
We are all here like, he's deep in thought. I was looking, he was like...
Because whatever you're saying, I lived through all of those that you've mentioned. I've also got a half brother, which I don't think anybody knows. He's probably 10 years older than me. Argue my dad, and then that's it. Cut ties, done. So what happened? So I also sometimes, I do put myself in a situation. I think when my grandmother passed on, he came. out of the blue. Then all of us like also shocked. And now I'm thinking, so if today your father drops dead and die, are you gonna come back? Are you gonna come to his funeral? Are you gonna come to his grave?
Yeah.
He's still your father. Whatever shit you all have problems, I cannot answer that, see.
Yeah.
So when you're talking, I'm just thinking, what is he thinking? And yeah, at the end we're still brothers as well. But he's gone.
Yeah. And I think especially for Muslims, right, it's a bit different for us because we as men, we need to carry our father's coffin down. Yeah. And if you're not there, hard lah. Yeah, then your cousins will have to take over you. Only the men can carry the coffin down lah. So
What a deep topic, guys.
yeah, I think to those watching this, put in... No, okay, wait. I think at the end of the day, right, it doesn't matter what you're going through, right? It doesn't matter what you think. I think at the end of the day, if you don't help, you need to ask yourself, what kind of human being does that make you? It's not about your parents. It's not about how your parents treated you. It's how you react to things, and I think that's the most important. Yeah. And because if you don't act correctly, then you're exactly the same as your parents lah.
Yep.
And you don't want that lah. Especially when you have kids and your kids are watching you.
Oh yeah, whatever you do to your parents, I think it's gonna come back and haunt you, man. I believe in that. lah.
And with that, we've come to the end of this episode. I want to those watching, I want to know what is out of bounds for you. What is an out of bounds favor that if let's say your parents ask you what is out of bounds for you, leave in the comment section below. If not, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.
Hopefully it's not so deep, guys.